Okay, Mokaiers, here's my update for this week. Put the Garmin transducer on the back of the boat. Kind of see how it's just a smidge underneath, but if it hits anything, it folds up, hopefully, or you buy a lot of them. I think it'll be okay. I had to do a massive amount of, well, I just put it in the chop saw, honestly, and cut the top half off. It's fairly big. And then underneath it, because of the steep raked angle, if you look in here, I can't see what you're seeing, but I had to cut off the whole top of the transducer casting so it would come down and sit level under the boat. And then obviously the boat will have an up angle, so it should be perfect right there. And then I just came up the outside of it and dropped through the clamshell here. And then came over. I used all the excess up right here in the engine compartment. And then I'm far from having it wired. It's I'm putting on all the hard cables before I start running power and stuff. Well, in fact, those are my battery cables. I installed a horn today. Not sure where to put a horn on a Mokai. Just not 100% sure. So I bought this Aqua Signal horn. And I mounted it right in my Mokai Voyager windshield, and I've got some power up here. I'll turn it on really quick. I'll set the camera down so you can. I'll just set the camera down somewhere here where it won't fall. Probably fall anywhere I put it. So hold on a second. Listen to how loud this thing is. It's like off a fire truck or something. That's better than any boat horn I've ever heard. Oh, lots of fun there. So I'll put it on a plug and I'll come up, and I'm waiting for some stainless steel switches to come out to put into the dash for the starter and whatnot, and the horn button. And then that'll just have a two-prong unplug right there. Just like everything up here, with one plug, so the dash can come off and get put inside the boat. And the windshield and all of it. In fact, everything on this boat pops off and goes inside here when the covers go on it. And then, yeah. What else do we got going on? I got the Garmin's on here. I'll back up so you can see that. I just did the update with the SD card on it today, and as I was wiring it and installing it, it's a nice unit. The color contrast on it's amazing. Comes with a nice little cover to go over it that snaps on and off. And then I've got my HD camera that's mounted here. That's actually on the front mount of I think they put a compass on here on a kayak when they use these X-Wings. But this is a CCTV, so a closed circuit TV mount that I bought, and basically it's got a little friction to it, but you can turn it fairly easy, and it's not going to move when you take it off its position. And then it's got a friction lock here, so you can adjust whatever angle you wanted there once you were cruising. And then I actually build these helicopter mounts, well, like this one right here, or we call them helicopter mounts, but they you like put them on the roof of your car, and the wind, and the camera mounts up here, and the wind kind of aims them, and then you put some weight in the back of them, and depending on how you get on and off the throttle, they swing around, and it just gives it the, like somebody's following you. And anyhow, I'll put a little extension on here, and I'll put one of those on here that's about yay big. And when I'm cruising along, the wind will point it forward, and when I start to turn, it'll do a little something. And if I let off the throttle really fast, I'll put enough weight in the tail that it'll spin around and get a picture of me and behind me and all the way around. And just a nice way to do it without holding on to it. And either that or I put it in my hat cam. It snaps on the bill of my baseball cap. What else do we got going on here? Oh, you know what? A few weeks ago I posted on my autopilot I haven't installed the cable yet, but it'll run like this underneath. This is the autopilot connection to the foot pedals that I built. But I rebuilt this. I used Schedule 80 PVC, 3/4 inch I believe, and I just threaded it together here with glue so it's permanent. And then I just threw these on the lathe and I machined it out, and I put those, if you watch the old videos, I had these stainless bearings exposed, and it worked like crap, to be honest with you. It looked like it was going to work good. After I used it a few times, I wasn't happy with it. So after putting a stainless bearing in here and in the bottom, it's beautiful. It absolutely, in fact, you pop the unit off. That's where it rides when you're not using the autopilot. And then it's just perfect, nice and beefy for what it does. And I think it looks a lot more professional. But who's a professional here? This is a project in the garage. And then yeah, so now I'm getting down to starting to wire things up on it. And what else do I got going on? Oh, I had to make a modification to the rack that I haven't made yet. The rack's over on the back welding bench. I got all done with this and I forgot about my oar. And I could make a mount and put the oar like right here above the autopilot or something, but I just decided I didn't want to. So since I'm building what I call my fish tower that comes up and puts like a roll bar on the back of this thing with a couple of 45-degree down struts for strength, I'm going to mount my antenna. Well, we were looking at this and it was there as it comes across here. I'm going to have the antenna mount going up. I'm going to put a little PA on there so I can talk, because I've got PA on my radio, so I can scream at somebody from a distance. And then I'm going to center mount my antenna here, and I just have a Shakespeare stainless. I think it's a 3-foot antenna for the VHF. So I'll have those two up there, and over the top of it, I'll just have my oar that goes right down the middle of the boat, right over the top of the windshield here, and a mount that comes. God, I'm moving the camera around too much. I'm sorry, but a pole that's going to come off the front mount with a little U in it, and or some kind of little curly hook, so I can drop the oar in it and like let it fall in something, so I don't have to. But I just don't want it bouncing out. And I'll put some kind of rubber in it so it's quiet, or make it so it pinches it, or I don't know exactly how I'm going to do it, but I'm going to make it so I don't have to clamp it or anything. When you shove it in the hole, it's in there for good. And yeah, I've just been trying to work on it for 15 minutes here and 10 minutes there. And, I've been real busy working, so. And I'm really hoping to take this on our Geo Christmas cruise or New Year's cruise to California, and go drop in and into some warm water and some warm weather, but I'm just not sure I'm going to make it on that. I still have to get the motor in and run it. And the trailer would be okay. I got the shocks on the trailer, and the trailer's really nice. Nice and soft. And the trailer's working out perfect. I mean, I could take it without galvanizing it, but I think I'll just wait and get it apart, get it galvanized, sandblasted. And something tells me by the time it's put back together, we'll be edging up towards spring. Yeah, that's close enough for an update. I'm like at 9 minutes. I don't want to take forever to upload these things. They call this an aqua signal electronic or digital horn, one of the two, if you're interested in one. They're loud as heck. They're made to flush mount in a hull, so it's a 2 3/8 hole saw. You just drop the hole saw through and it goes in, and it's got a nice little neoprene seal, and it's ready for salt water, so we're good to go there. Alright, y'all have a great time, and keep Mokaiing.